boy had everything most children could dream of: a room filled with the latest toys, a private tutor, a house that looked more like a palace than a home. His father, a powerful businessman, made sure his son never lacked anything, at least not anything money could buy. One weekend, the father noticed something troubling. His son had become entitled, constantly comparing himself to his friends, complaining about minor inconveniences, and never once expressing gratitude for all he had. The father decided it was time for a lesson, but not the kind taught in textbooks. "We going on a trip," he told his son one Friday afternoon, his tone serious but vague. "Where to?" the boy asked, imagining 5-star resorts and luxury safaris. "You'll see." Early the next morning, they drove out of the city in silence. As skyscrapers shrank behind them and winding dirt roads replaced the smooth asphalt, the boy grew uneasy. "This doesn't look like a vacation," he muttered, peering out the window. After hours of driving, they arrived at a small farm in the middle of nowhere. A weather-worn house sat nestled in the valley, smoke curling from its chimney. Children laughed somewhere in the distance, and chickens clucked loudly as they crossed the driveway. "Are we lost?" the boy asked, clearly annoyed. "No," his father replied. "This is exactly where we need to be." A family greeted them, smiling, sun-kissed, and dressed in clothes that had clearly seen better days. Despite their worn appearance, their eyes sparkled with warmth. "This is the Martins. We'll be staying with them for a few days." The boy stared, baffled. "But where's the hotel?" "There isn't one," his father said, placing a firm hand on his shoulder. "Let's help them with their chores." And so began the boy's reluctant journey into a different world. The first morning, he woke up to the rooster's crow instead of an alarm clock. There was no hot shower, no fancy breakfast buffet. Instead, he helped fetch water from a nearby well and watched the Martin kids chase goats through the fields, laughing like it was the best game in the world. They worked side by side with the family, planting vegetables, mending fences, feeding animals. The boy's hands blistered, his clothes got dirty, and by evening his legs ached from walking miles across the land. Yet each night, when they gathered for dinner around a wooden table lit by candles, there was a strange feeling in the air. Not luxury, but something else. Something lighter, freer. After 3 days, it was time to leave. The boy sat quietly in the car as they pulled away. His father glanced at him, unsure of what to expect. "Well," the father asked gently, "did you enjoy our trip?" The boy looked out the window, then turned to his father with a surprising smile. "It was fantastic." His father raised an eyebrow. "Really? What did you learn?" The boy took a moment, his eyes wide with realization that family is so lucky. The father was taken aback. "Lucky? They're poor. They have none of what we have." The boy's words came quickly, almost breathlessly. "Exactly. We only have one dog, but they have 4, and chickens. We have 4 people in our house, but they have 12. So many people to laugh and play with. We have a pool, but they have a whole river that never ends. We use lanterns to light the yard, but they have the stars. We sit on a patio to watch the world, but they have miles of open land. We buy everything from stores, but they grow it with their own hands. And our big fence keeps everyone out, but they don't need one. Their neighbors are their friends." His father sat in stunned silence. The boy's voice softened. "You wanted to show me how poor people live, but you showed me how rich people live." There it was. The lesson had landed, though not in the way the father had anticipated. He had expected his son to return grateful for their material comfort, but instead the boy had seen something deeper, the richness of life measured not in positions, but in connection, purpose, and joy. Moral of the story: true wealth is not found in what you own, but in what you experience and who you share it with. A luxurious life can still feel empty, while a simple life can overflow with richness. We often mistake money for wealth, but real riches come from love, freedom, gratitude, and the beauty of everyday moments. If you have what truly matters to you, family, peace, purpose, you are already wealthy.